My question is about children and how we can help. I have 5 of them, and the more I let go, the more they're allowed to be, and that's easy. But at the same time, I want to be able to help, guide them in the right direction.
Do you believe that they have a stream?
I do.
Do you believe that their life is causing them to become more and more and more?
Yes.
Do you believe that their inner being and source energy is standing in their vibrational escrow as the culmination of that which they have become?
Yes.
Do you believe that that source energy is calling them?
Yes.
Then can you see that your dominant work, if you're wanting to be of advantage to them, is to teach them through the clarity of your example how to listen for that call and which way's downstream and which way's upstream?
Yes.
You know what's really interesting? You're going to like this. So you're non-physical energy and you project yourself into a physical body, and then you bang around and you see things you don't want and you contribute to your vibrational escrow. And the big thing we really want you to hear is the larger part of you becomes that expanded being and then calls you forward. And it is from that expanded place that the new energies are born into this experience. That's why there's such a generation gap. Those kids that are being born from the expanded version of you. That's why they're so bright and shiny and smart, and it's why they get the computer. In other words, they are the most expanded evolution. They are the source energy that has had the benefit of physical expression that has become yet more. It is from that place that they are being born. And so when you say, how can I be a good example, or how can I guide my children well, we say, leave them alone. Their natural instincts are listening to the call, you see. But when you're listening to that one who's someone over there saying, oh, if you leave your children alone, they'll get on drugs. And if you don't guide your children, they'll catch up with the wrong people. And if you don't watch your children, they'll step into all the wrong places. And we say, whoever is saying that completely is disregarding the stream. They've forgotten who the child was as source energy. They have forgotten who the child has become. They are disregarding everything that they knew when they made the decision to come forth. And in their disconnection, they are panicked, and now they're trying to panic you because panic loves company. They have lost their way, and so they are looking for others to agree with them as they are justifying the way that they are going. But your children will say, let's be easy about this. Why do we have to make a big thing about things? Life is supposed to be fun. Your children want you to remember that. Life is supposed to be good. We don't have to struggle at this so hard. See. So when a parent says, how can I guide my children? We always say, what your work is, if you're mentoring anyone that you care about, even people that are strangers, if you will just remember that the best that you can do for them, and the only thing that you can do that will be of value to them, is to remind them through the clarity of your example that they have a good life that is waiting for them if they will let it be, and teach them how to release the struggle. Don't try to teach them control. And it's almost the opposite. Most parents are saying, all right, welcome to planet Earth. Now let me explain to you what we must do. We've got this canoe, and the correct direction is upstream. Now, you're not going to like it. Your tendency is going to be to want to go downstream, but that's just lazy, and there's no reward for going downstream. So get some good calluses on your hand and get hold of these oars and get pointed in this right direction. And they say, but Mom, I'm tired. And you say, shut up. You're not supposed to be a complainer. Life is not supposed to be easy. Nobody said life was supposed to be easy. And it's only the strong ones that will ever make it. And so get hold of those oars and do what I do. And they say, but this isn't fun. And you say, life isn't supposed to be fun. And they say, but we're not getting anywhere. And it's because you're not paddling hard enough. And the ones that have come forth with strong intent, and those that are coming forth now are knowing so clearly, a lot of them are refusing to get in your damn boat. They say, you can do that if you want to do that. And then they talk about you when you're not there about, oh man. A little boy said to his mother at a recent workshop, she had lunch with him, and he sent a question back to ask Abraham. And his question was, why are grown-ups so grumpy? And our answer was, they're paddling upstream. It isn't fun to do the impossible.
Oh, I totally get that. I have teenagers, and then I have little ones now. And the ones that I was like, come on, we're going upstream, they're all angry at me all the time. And the ones I'm just letting go now and just like, hey, let me see what you're doing. Hey, oh, you want to go jump on the trampoline? Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. The more fun we're having like kids, they're just easygoing. And the ones, now they're kind of, and I'm like, okay, now I'm easygoing. They're like, well, I don't know you. I'm used to you being so controlling. Why are you doing this now?
But what you say to them is, I passed on to you what I learned from those who came before me. And it took me a while to remember that that isn't who any of us are. It's going against our natural resources. And so I've just begun to deliberately reach for who I really am. And I'm finding that there is so much joy in who I really am. And then go on to explain if they're really interested. Some of them will be a little mad at you for a while because you've taught them to sort of be the same way. And now they have to learn to let go of the oars also. But who you really are is such a big part of that it really does not take much convincing. Once you have your first conscious, visceral turning in the stream where you consciously acknowledge, hey, I feel better because of my choice of thought, now you're on your way. And as you just keep applying that again and again, life takes on a whole new form for you. We have to say also that as you have begun this, and many of you have, that you begin to notice that one who's flowing with the stream is so much more powerful than one who's bucking the current. So the people who are fighting hard for what they believe in and for the resources that they're trying to carve off and take over to their corner, they are creating minimally. It is a minuscule amount of well-being that is eking into their experience in spite of their resistance. While those who relax and release and go with the flow, you are benefiting outrageously, and it reaches the place where you can't even justify in any rational manner the amount of resources that are flowing to you. You just stand in astonishment at the clarity and the fun along the way and the people that are holding doors open for you and waiting to play with you and greeting you with open arms. When you relax and begin going with the flow, your ability to manifest is huge in relationship with those that are going against the current. And so your children that you've sort of taught to go against the flow are a little bit irritated about your not now doing that to the others. They should suffer as much as we suffer. It's sort of the way that they want to talk to you, and it's the way you want to talk to your parents and they wanted to talk to their parents. But you have to remember that you are the leading edge of experience. You are the leading edge creators. So it's natural that it should be easier for you. All of those people that lived in those previous generations that were moving through space and time, that were asking for improvement, you in your generation are living the benefit of what they put into vibrational escrow. And we're just wanting you to receive the benefit of what you're putting in vibrational escrow. The next generation certainly will, because the children are being born from that vantage point. So they will be much less resistant than you are likely to be, but you don't need to be. You are understanding all of this. Just be playful about it. And remember this one thing. As your mother, you're thinking to your children, as your mother, my dominant intent is to do anything that I can do that influences you in your awareness and deliberate association with your connection to your source energy. In other words, I'm not interested in getting your teacher to like you. I'm not interested in getting your peers to like you. I'm not interested in doing anything other than helping you close the gap between you and you. And that's not my job to close your gap. I can't even understand what the vibrational points of relativity are with you. I don't know. I haven't walked in your moccasins. I don't know what your life has caused you to put in your vibrational escrow, and I don't really know where you're vibrating right now. So I don't have any control or any real way of guiding you to close your gap. The best I can do is to close my gap and 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 to be open and verbal about it. Oh, I'm widening my gap. Oh, I'm pointed upstream. Oh, I've got hold of the oars. I think I'm going to chill. In other words, as you demonstrate what you're deliberately doing to close your gap, they'll see you do it. And they who haven't forgotten it so much will keep doing it. And those children that you have that have forgotten will learn to do it again, just like